This video overviews the proper preparation and application of traffic-bearing coatings. The entire process requires multiple steps to achieve desired results. Preparation of the surface, especially surface abrasion, crack repairs, and moisture control. Application of the primer. Application of the base coat on the same day as the primer. Distribution of the sand or aggregate. And finally, application of the top coat. This is the general process that will be followed. Some steps may vary slightly between different manufacturers, products, and between specific sites and surface traffic.
Have a pre-work meeting with the crew to review all job details, especially the specifications and application methods of all materials to be used. Providing SWR Institute's SWR info card on traffic-bearing coatings is also highly recommended. It is recommended that a pre-application test or mock-up be completed of the coating in a small area. Failure to do this mock-up or pre-application test could mean increased time and job costs. Always refer to the manufacturer's specifications and application instructions prior to beginning the project.
Safety is always first. Be prepared with the appropriate personal protection equipment for the job. This includes goggles, gloves, respirators, and ear protection. Spiked shoes will also be necessary. Ensure that there's adequate ventilation. Many materials have noxious fumes and are flammable. Check the area for site-specific space hazards before and during the process. And finally, consult OSHA and specific product manufacturers' safety data sheets for additional necessary safety procedures. Proper preparation is critical to the success of the coating application. Ready and ensure proper storage of all product, tools, safety gear, and equipment. Product must be stored in a cool, dry area, out of direct sunlight, and never in freezing temperatures. Shop blast the surfaces. Shop blasting is the preferred method of surface preparation. This abrades the surface, allowing for proper adhesion of the coatings. If shot blasting is not practical on a specific site, consult the manufacturer for an appropriate way to prepare the surface. Inspect the surfaces to determine how much and what kind of preparation is necessary to correct surface defects. Common defects are moisture, contaminants, and cracks. Verify that the surface is dry, clean, and free of contaminants. Test substrates for moisture by using the plastic sheet method. If not dry, do not begin the application process. All cracks must be repaired. Cracks that are less than 1/16 inch or 1.6 millimeter should be treated with a detail strip of base coat, typically extending 2 to 3 inches or 50 to 75 millimeters on each side of the crack.
Cracks that are greater than 1/16 inch require extra preparation. Route the crack with an angle grinder that is equipped with a vacuum to collect the silica dust. Effective silica dust controls must be in effect. Refer to OSHA's Respirable Crystalline Silica Standard for Construction. Thoroughly remove all dust. Prime the widened area, allowing the primer to dry to a tacky feel. Then seal using a bolt gun to apply the sealant. Finally, strike the crack flush with the surface. Sealant should also be applied to the junction of horizontal and vertical surfaces. Sealant will need to cure for a minimum of 24 hours.
Mask all the adjacent surfaces that will not receive the coating. Application of the coating materials is next. Develop a timeline for the application process. This includes critical curing and application requirements for the next steps of applying the primer, base coat, aggregate, and top coat. Don't start if the surface is wet or moisture is present on the surface. Mix materials according to the manufacturer's directions with recommended mixing paddles.
The application phase begins with the primer. Apply the primer at the required rate. Apply primer, when needed, at the manufacturer's recommended rate with a roller, brush, or sprayer. This is important. The primer must be covered by the base coat within the manufacturer's time limits.
Mix the base coat according to manufacturer's guidelines once the primer is properly cured. Steadily dump the base coat onto the surface and spread with 1/2 inch notched squeegee. Wearing spike shoes, use the squeegee at an angle to evenly spread the base coat at the desired coverage rate. Back rolling is next. Back roll with 3/8 inch roller nap. Saturate the roller and back roll in the opposite direction of squeegee to minimize micro bubbles. Check mill thickness regularly
to meet manufacturer specifications, and the base coat must cure per the manufacturer's specifications.
The next coat is the wear coat or sand aggregate. This is applied for increased durability and to provide skid resistance. Apply the product and spread using the notched squeegee. Then back roll in the opposite direction. Be sure to determine appropriate thickness and check application frequently to achieve consistency. Distribute the sand aggregate as evenly as possible and disperse it by back rolling again.
Allow the wear coat to dry per manufacturer's specifications before application of the next and final coat.
It is important to ensure that all loose sand aggregate is removed before application of the final top coat. Mix the final coat according to manufacturer's directions. Use the flat squeegee to apply the top coat. Once again, back roll the surface to achieve a smooth and consistent surface.
Allow up to 72 hours of curing before allowing traffic to resume.
The coating application process is now complete.